So he negotiates the screen rights to Victor Hugo's classic novel, The Hunchback of Notre Dame. Chaney is the first to visualize the project and plans to finance it himself as a lavish, high-profile spectacle that will showcase his amazing talents. Victor Hugo's novel had previously been adapted for the silent screen at least 6 times before, dating back to a French 1905 10-minute short known as Esmeralda. Then we have Butcher Films in England. They did Loves of a Hunchback in 1911. We have Pâté in France. Notre Dame de Paris, 1912. Fox Studios here in the United States did The Darling of Paris, 1916. Maston in UK does Esmeralda, 1922. And there's a German version by Helios Pictures, Hunchback and the Dancer, 1922. That's directed by F.W. Murnau, which sadly is a lost film. Universal and Irving Thalberg, who's a friend of Chaney's and perhaps the most brilliant producer who ever lived, likes Chaney's idea and decides to finance the film. But there's a problem with Victor Hugo's novel because it's basically a historical romance with long stretches of romantic tedium, compounded by the fact that the Hunchback, Quasimodo, for all his monstrous ugliness, is unquestionably a good guy, lacking in any real menace. But Chaney and the movie are given the full star treatment by Universal. The film takes almost a year to prepare. There's enormous sets. There's 3,500 extras. There's a 4-month-long shooting schedule, which is very long for that period of time. Most movies were done in 5 to 6 weeks. Now, great care is given to the script, which focuses on either the spectacle or on Quasimodo. Now, Quasimodo is, of course, the horribly deformed hunchback and bell ringer of the Cathedral of Notre Dame in Paris, and has lovesick hopes for the beautiful dancer Esmeralda, who's played by Patsy Ruth Miller. Esmeralda once did Quasimodo a kindness. She gives him water while he's being punished on the pillory. Quasimodo projects this kindness into love, but she loves another. All right, now, the harmless grotesquerie of the King of Beggars, Ernest Torrance, and his court of ruffians is retained from the novel, but in all other respects, the social, religious, and sexual aberrations that are central to Victor Hugo's tale are missing. Now, as I mentioned, the film gets a mega budget, very lavish budget. There's impressive sets, but it's ineptly mounted at times. It's a brilliant but uneven movie. There's only so-so direction by Wallace Worsley, who is just not up to the task. There's 700 studio technicians involved in the project, an army of carpenters and artists that recreate medieval France on the Universal backlot. There's 19 acres of sets. There's extraordinary production values in The Hunchback of Notre Dame. The lower stories of Notre Dame are recreated in loving detail, and a mini cathedral is suspended before the camera, giving the illusion of the grand church. It gives the illusion that the church has been reconstructed in all its glory, when it's actually only the first few stories of the church that were built. Now, every available arclight in Hollywood is used to illuminate the massive night scenes when Quasimodo is being chased and under siege by the crowd. The film achieves greatness. At times, it's an unbelievably great movie. Through Chaney's remarkable performance, what sticks in our memories from The Hunchback of Notre Dame is his amazing acting, his great facial makeup, and the way he uses his body. Chaney has a shriveled posture He frolics on the gargoyles. There's lots of physical acrobatics. He adopts a weird ape-like crouch. He wears, in fact, a 50-pound hump strapped to his back via a leather harness. This makes it almost impossible for him to stand up. He has to remain in this crouched position. He gives an extraordinary performance, a mixture of barbarity and inner beauty, because Quasimodo may be ugly, but he has a beautiful soul. Chaney convinces us all that there is a hunchback inside of all of us, and the audience bursts into tears. People feel sorry for Quasimodo. As I mentioned, it's a beautiful soul trapped in an ugly body. Quasimodo rings his own death bell at the end of the movie, and there's not a dry eye in the house. Now, Chaney is proud to have developed the project. He's proud to have made Hunchback. He's proud to have played Quasimodo. And he does a very, very rare publicity newsreel film in plain clothes and without makeup. If you want to get a look at this very rare publicity film for the Hunchback, go to our channel Nitrate Archivo. We just put it up a few days ago, and you can get a look at it. Now, The Hunchback of Notre Dame is the biggest hit of 1923 and establishes Chaney as a box office sensation. None of Chaney's movies ever lose money. He's the most consistent box office star in Hollywood. So, Chaney signs with Metro